got down here yesterday late morning. There's a fair few people like fishing, 3 or 4, something like that, up the road bank. There's a couple in the bailiffs, couple on the island. But this end of the lake was like free basically. There was no one from number 10 right the way round here. There was no one in the pipes. I thought Sandhurst is a lake that doesn't respond well to pressure, and quite often if there's people in certain areas and there's a certain area free of anglers, then the fish will gravitate towards that area that there's no lines out in. So I plumped for this one, got the rods out there yesterday. I was fishing one on the old faithful Richworth Tutti Frutti bottom bait with my bottom bait rig. I had the other one on a zig, but I'll go into that one in a minute. Didn't have anything, so this morning had a reel in. Because the wind was pumping so hard up this end, I decided to fish him in a little bit closer. But it's an area that I caught fish from early on last year. So well chuffed for that one. 26th of February, cold water common, lovely. So I decided to swap both of them over to the zig rigs again. Got them about 1.5 foot, something like that, white ones again, whacked them back out there, and sure enough, within about 20 minutes of casting out, had a take, but unfortunately lost it. So that was about half an hour ago. So they're back out there again, so I'm quite confident, fingers crossed, eh? Unfortunately, just lost the one fish, so I was a bit gutted about that, but at least something that I was doing was working, eh? Still got the rods out there, packed the old bivvy away, just got the bed chair to put away and that. I should be back here again next Monday for a couple of nights with my mate Martin Pick. It's Tuesday morning this morning, and a few of us had a bit of a result. Like, I think first one was down there, old Wadey had a fish called Polo, which is a 26 pounder, beautifully scaled mirror he was. Give him a good scrap, took him right up the margin and that, so that was a nice fish. Then my mate John Miller, he had one, he had a 30 pound 4 ounce mirror. Once again, I think that was on the zigs, a little bit of black foam getting that one. I mean, I fished with the zigs all day yesterday, didn't really get anything on them. So probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I changed over to the ever faithful Tutti Frutti bottom bait rigs. The first one to go was a left hand rod, probably about an hour into dark, something like that. Had a blinding scrap with it. Basically came in reasonably easily and then woke up here in the margins and went off on a mega run off to the left over there. So that was the 29.5 common. So I was well chuffed for that one on the old Tutti Fruttis. That was a 2 bait stringer as well on that one. Put it back out there in the area, and then my old friend Nigel's fish at 37 pound 8. So I was well chuffed for that one. I mean, I've had that fish twice before, so I tried to minimise stress to him. We got him out, weighed him, determined he was 37 pound 8. Basically put some of the old gubbins on the hook hold and put him back. So I've had photos with him before, so unfortunately I couldn't show you that one, and you'll have to trust me, it's not a fishy tail, and I did in fact catch him. Is that on the zig? Is that on the bottom? Beautiful in the clear water, aren't they? Yeah. Nice quiet netting, just the way we like it, Martin.
Your line's come up better.
Yeah, it's not hooked up to my line. That's a good fish, mate. That's a goodly size common, mate. Yeah. Pick it up, mate! Nice one! That'll do ya. It's a chunky one. The old scores on the doors, that's 27 and a half. Cracking, mate. Cracking looks beautiful in the sunshine, doesn't it? Yeah. Lovely, mate. Lovely. That'll do, yeah, let's get him back. A lot of people don't mention about the carp care, and essentially it's like a really important part of our fishing. It's like when the carp have got like this, it looks like the fins rotted away a little bit. You've got to put the old, dry it off and put the old body solution on there, just to give it a chance to heal, hopefully. And then he hook marks, if he's got a hook mark in him, I do the other side of it, he's got a hook mark in him. You've got to do that with the old mouth solution as well. And that just gives the area like chance to heal again. I don't know, some people debate whether it works or not, but I'm always a fan of giving it a try, innit? It does work, doesn't it? I was saying to you the other day, it was almost like you hear about these fellas and they're there on these waters, like the real early part of spring, and you remember hearing how they had it off properly and that, and always envy them. And it was almost like we'd got it just right, the timing, like this time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been mint, mate. Yeah, it's been well good. Yeah, you know what it's like. You know, you can have them boshing over you, you're not catching them, and then all of a sudden they'll just start feeding, and you'll catch a few. The amount of people you get on here, and the amount of bait that goes in as well. You know, like there's always a certain amount. I mean, you don't know how much bait's in a swim when you set up in there, do you?
No.
I think, like, you know, sort of how you fish this place is sort of all based on how much time you've got. Like, you know, I mean, if you're down here for a week or whatever, then it may be worth putting baiting on your first day. But I think, like what you said, you know, even if you're on a long session, start off with bags and see how you get on from there, because you can't take it out, can you?
23.14, that would do. 23.14, cracking. He looks about 21, 22 pounds, doesn't he? Because he's quite lean, isn't he, this one? Hooked in the left-hand side of the mouth there on the old bottom bait rig, look. Put a bit of the old gubbins on there in a minute. There he is. £23.14, March mirror. Well happy with that one. You've seen a few out here, have you?
Yeah, I've just seen a few, just see three just show straight out towards the pipe.
Is it?
In the middle.
Middle be diddle.
Well, yeah, different fish as well. There's definitely two different fish.
Is it?
Yeah, it was a fair way apart, like.
Because there's no one over there now, is there?
Nah.
Like them two mates went, didn't they?
About where that coot is now.
Yeah, I see it. Went on like a mental mission out to the right there, but like I got him in and like good way into the scrap, said that man, that's a good common, man. Like literally got him out here and he come up to the surface and you could see it was a good sized common. And anyways, there was some point just down here to the left that I could see him in the really clear water and he's almost upside down. It was like literally brought him in a little bit more and it kind of pinged free and he was upside down. I thought, man, I'm going to lose this fish, do you know what I mean? Never did, and eventually he was just out here. I thought, I'm going in for that up to the old knees, like, and we had him. So we've got him ready. We just got him ready over here. He's in like nice depth of water. Got everything ready, zero the sling and all of that. Got everything nice and wet. Got some water over here, and we're going to get him out now, see what he weighs. But he's one of the good sized commons, I'd say.
Normally they're all right. You can keep them calm.
There he is.
Oh, cracking fish.
Really pleased with this fish.
Really nice, isn't it?
He gave me the best scrap I've ever had out of a fish out of here, mate. I never had anything like that. Look at him. Cracker.
Cracking fish. Well done, mate.
Right.
Yesterday just went mayhem, like, just one after another, just kept chucking back to me clip. When I got here,
I mean, the last couple of weeks, I sort of more or less know where the gullies are. But this week I chucked a marker out and got the markers, marked my lines up as I got here. Like, so now I ain't got to chuck a marker out again, but I know exactly where the gully starts and where it finishes. So it's been easy to get the rods back out in position with minimal disturbance, and like I've been getting my rod back out and just turning around and it's ripping off. So like it's definitely paid worthwhile doing that thing. I baited up with half a kilo and then like kept topping up when I was catching fish, but then I ran out of bait because I only bought a kilo with me, which is probably schoolboy error, but I weren't expecting to catch as many fish as what I've caught. So I changed over to sweet corn stringers, which I've got almost faith in anyway. And they seem to be still doing the bites.
They're not the only fish out there, are they? It's
No,
like a group of fish that's out there, and you think, well, if one's showing there, want to be like 10 foot away where my hook bait is, isn't it? You don't have to be, I mean, I think you don't have to be that incredibly particular about where your hook bait is.
No,
like,
no, it's like, you know, it's like I was saying, like, you know, when they're in them gullies, they're not just feeding in the gullies, they're feeding all round the gullies. I would say, like, if you went out there in a boat and had a look, I bet all around that gully it's been polished up.
Yeah, exactly, fed on, because like again, it's going back to the weekend and it's Wednesday now, so like loads of bait went out over the weekend when the lake was booked out, and then fish are showing on it now, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know what that one is. I think it's a big fully scaled.
It is, yeah.
That'll do. Good size.
It's ain't a common.
No, it's a fully scaled carp. Beautiful. 2212.
2212.
2212?
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah, sir.
2212. That'll do, mate. Right off for that one. Here we go. £22.12. One of Sandhurst's lovely fully scaled fish. Beautiful.
It does look nice, mate.
Yeah. Lovely.
It's been mental, mate. You know, like I mean, you know, from all that struggling, and then it all comes good in the end. And to be fair, like I mean, I'm catching on what I was using originally, like you know.
Just under again, isn't it?
29. 29 and a half. 29 and a half. That'll do, boy.
That'll do. It's looking good though.
That's beautiful, mate.
You can see why he gave me a good scrap, can't you?
Yeah, mate. Like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've you know we've started off like up the other end, like you know we've had some blinding sessions, haven't we? But I mean, you have, you know what I mean? And like I've been doing a lot of photographing and that, but
and very fine photographing it is as well, Mark.
yeah.
Well, a nice one to end a good night fishing. I mean, it's mad fishing. Like you know, they say the last 24 hours it's just, especially like having struggled the last couple of weeks. You know, it certainly makes things all worthwhile, and all that effort's paid back again.
I mean, it all started in this one, didn't it? I mean, we was in here.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in this one. You was in good old number 9. And we were zigging, weren't we?
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's quite nice weather.
You were getting them takes on the zig when the sun was out, like, and then you started getting the takes off the bottom as well, weren't you?
Exactly.
So it's like a case of like, as soon as that cloud come over, it were worth having them out on the bottom.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's been chopping and changing between the zigs and the bottom baits, isn't it? When the weather's good,
it's
you
work
stick the zigs on
for
don't
the
you?
day, like and then
Exactly.
get them out at night on the
Exactly.
bottom. And but to be fair, like you know, they seem to be having them off the bottom more now. As I would say, like.
Well, they're getting their heads down, aren't they? at the
Yeah,
moment?
yeah, certainly. Like you know, this week, like you know, I sort of thrown sticked out half a kilo of boilies,
Did
you
ya?
know, and like I caught with the stringers, you know, with like 20mm stringers, like 2 20mm boilies on a stringer like out there, and like when I ran out of bait, you know, I mean, I only bought a kilo with me because I was only going to try it on one rod. I ended up with it all on all 3, and I ran out of bait quite quick. And like when I ran out of bait, like I was a bit of a like, dilemma, like what to do next, you know. And I put the corn stringers on, which is what I was using originally, and like me catch rate, if anything, like I started getting even more takes, you know. So it just goes to show that what I was using originally was not, it worked, and like it was just no point doubting it really, you know. I mean, to be fair, like, you know, once you've got a rig that you're happy with, like, you know, you should have utmost confidence with it. And
what is it, your old faithful waft?
Yeah, just it's just my normal like size 8 wide gate with sort of 7, 8 inch long hook link with like a little bit stripped back near the hook, and you know, tiny little pop up on there, a little number 4 split shot holding it down, which is what I've used. I mean, I've showed you it before, like, you know, it's just
time, doesn't it?
It's just a rig that I've got most confidence in. I've used it for years.
Well, hopefully we'll get a few more, eh, mate?
Yeah, well, you never know, mate. We've got a few hours left, so you know, chances are we've got a chance of another bite at least. Like, it's good time anyway, innit?